Hi, I'm Di the Yoga Witch, and I am one pissed off veteran right now. Let's start with a little bit of background on me. I'm a third generation witch. My mother's parents were both active duty Navy during World War II. My grandfather was a submarine line officer. My father was a submariner during Vietnam. Two of my three older brothers also joined the Navy ahead of me. I joined the Navy at 17, directly out of high school, and was unfortunately a victim of the Clinton era downsizing after I was stupid enough to report my sexual assault while on active duty. With that background out of the way, I myself raised my right hand and said, I do solemnly swear to uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and the fascist Cheeto is the epitome of a freaking domestic enemy. Just saying. The parallels to the Third Reich are there. They truly and genuinely are. This man is methodically allowing others to dismantle our democracy. He is just doing away with it so that he can have his little kingdom that he always wanted. He is a power-hungry, maniacal monster. I am just freaking livid. Two of the things that are just really enraging me right now. First is his handing of the keys to the Treasury and all of our financial data over to Mussolini. And second, and this one hits a little too personally at home, the ban on transgender girls in high school and collegiate sports. He is also fucking with my VA benefits. I am dependent on those fucking VA benefits for my survival. I am a disabled veteran. My husband relies on his Social Security benefits. We lose that, we lose everything. I'm not willing to do that. So, because of the fact that this witch stood up and swore an oath to protect and defend the Constitution against all enemies, I am going to stand up against that Cheeto-dusted piece of shit. Now, I am going to medicate so y'all can understand me. He is interfering with my livelihood and with my family. You don't do that here. No, 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 no. I'm a country music fan, and the song Try That in a Small Town, let him try that here. I am chronically ill. I am autistic. I am ADHD. I have kids who followed in my footsteps with those wonderful conditions. I was just reading that they are shutting down the DOE. Do you know what that's going to mean for every child with a 501 or IEP? But do you know what that's going to mean for kids like that? They're gonna end up shoved off into the fucking sped rooms and forgotten about. They're gonna be denied even being allowed to go to school. They are not going to get an education. Let's go to the trans girls in sport. There are, I think they said 5 young women. 5, maybe 7, in the entire fucking country that affects right now. And all of this stems from one pansy-ass bitch who couldn't stand the fact that a trans girl beat her. That's where this all started. A swimmer, a collegiate swimmer. She'd been top of her game since she started swimming. She got into college. Mind you, the girl that beat her had lost to her 3 other times. But because this girl beat her once, she pitched a fit. But I digress. It's stupid shit like that. Why the fuck do we care? I have been accosted by people who feel that trans women are only in the military to have access to women's birthing so they can molest them. My response to that is, interesting. I've shared a bed with a trans woman on more than one occasion who has told me that she finds me insanely attractive. She never acted in any way, shape, or form inappropriately towards me. I have children, as well as myself, who fall under the rainbow umbrella. So, this one hits home for me. They are trying to take away our rights to live our lives as we please. Hell, even the fucking Pope says that what happens behind closed doors between consenting adults is of no business of the church or the government. The fucking Pope, y'all. Friend of mine posted last night about what DEI genuinely is. Do you know what DEI actually is? DEI is the curb cut so that wheelchairs can get to and from. It is nursing rooms at workplaces so that nursing mothers can pump in peace and not have to sit in the goddamn disgusting ass bathroom. Do you want to eat your food in the bathroom? It is Braille on elevators and other places so that blind people can navigate the world. And someone in her comments is like, well, that's just accessibility and that's not DEI. And, you know, we need to stop worshiping people's sexual orientation, blah, blah, blah. My response to that is DEI, diversity, equity, inclusion. Accessibility is fucking inclusion. What DEI has done is guarantee that I, as a bisexual, pagan woman who also happens to live with chronic illnesses and a veteran, am not immediately dismissed for a job simply because I am either bisexual, pagan, woman, chronically ill, or veteran. DEI guarantees that I have a shot at getting a job. I told the person who happened to be a woman who made the original comment, DEI is why you have your job instead of a white man. But, you know, nobody thinks of that shit. They just assume that people are being hired simply because of their sexual orientation, gender, race, or disability status. No. DEI guarantees that even though they are hired, we still have to pass the same freaking standards as everybody else in our general career fields. We don't get special treatment. We don't get special privilege. It is still a meritocracy. Symphonies, you know, like the New York Symphony or whatever, they were ordered at some point to carpet their audition areas. And as soon as they were carpeted, more women started showing up in your orchestras and your symphonies. The people listening to the audition didn't know she was a woman, and she was judged solely on her abilities. That is what DEI is for. It means that it's a blank slate. They know nothing about us, not even name. They only get our qualifications, and we are hired that way. I am so sick and fucking tired of DEI being accused of being, oh, you're only here because you're a woman, or you're only here because you're gay, or you're only here because you're such and such a race, or you're only here because you're not Christian. You don't have the same qualifications. Bull fucking shit. We still have to meet the bare minimum qualifications, and oftentimes, because we're not cis-het white men, we have to exceed those qualifications to even be considered half as good as a man, half as good as we are. I cannot stand what is happening to my country. This is not the country that I gave up my fucking quality of life for, y'all. And pay gaps are a thing. We're not going to go there. Google it.